Welcome to podcast 36 of the Learn Piano in Your Car series. Today I am talking about sight reading, that mythical thing that people want to aspire to, that is the root cause of a lot of people thinking that they're not doing very well, because sight reading at a good level is difficult. And usually is something that people achieve a good level of after many years of studying piano. So take the pressure off yourself. If you've not been learning that long, then you wouldn't expect to be really good at sight reading. But can I give you some tips on how to improve? So the first thing to do, doesn't matter what stage you're at actually, is utilise the books that are available, the sight reading exercise books I'm talking about. You get them on Amazon and in bookshops, and usually they're graded, so you can pick the level that fits for you. And if you don't know what your level is, just take a stab at it. If you've been learning piano for 2 or 3 years, you might want to pick grade 2 exercises or grade 3. Better, I think, to have a good experience and pick a level, even if it's beneath what you're at, then you can work through and build up your skills. But there are a few key things to think about that should help you when approaching a piece of sight reading, and I'm talking about a sight reading exercise. Okay, the exercises are shorter than full-on pieces of sheet music because they're, in my opinion, they're trying to embed 5 or 6 steps that you need to, thought processes that you need to work through to tackle a piece of sight reading. Once you've got a book, sit down at your piano, and the first thing to do with that first exercise is tap out the rhythm. Use both hands. So you're going to play it with both hands, so therefore you should try tapping the rhythm out with both hands. Check the key signature and the time signature. So time signature, suppose it was 3/4 or 4/4 or 2/4 or whatever it is. Make sure that you have the theory and understanding of that time signature. That's a good clue as to whether the book is the right level for you. For example, if it starts off with 6/8 time or 9/8 time or 5/4 time or something a bit more unusual that you've not encountered yet, then go back and get an easier book. You want to be looking at the time signature, and it'd be a time signature you're already familiar with and you understand. Then tap out the right hand and the left hand together the whole way through. Now, sight reading exercises are short, so when you say the whole way through, sometimes it's only 4 bars or 8 bars. They're not very long, but you're tapping out the rhythm the whole way through. And here's the thing, if you struggle to tap out the rhythm, then you're going to struggle to play it, yeah? So better to take a moment before you actually try to play it to understand and decipher the rhythm. So that's the first point. The second thing to do is read the note for the treble clef, the starting note, and often it gives you a finger number above it with sight reading. Certainly in the earlier grades it'll help you out. So make sure you read the note correctly and put your hand on the piano in that position. So the first note is G and it says finger 2 on G. That's your starting point. Do the same with the left hand. Then check the key signature. And so if you have your right hand on, for example, 2 is on G, so 1 is on F, 2 is on G, 3 is on A, 4 is on B, and 5 is on C. Check the key signature now. if there are any sharps or flats in the key signature, you want to make sure that if you have a finger on that note, that your finger is then on the sharp. So for example, maybe you put your hands on in the position I've just described, and the key signature is maybe F major, which has a B flat in it. So if your finger's 5, so G, A, B, so 4 would be on B. So then put 4 on B flat. That just means you're ready for any B flats that come into that. The first few bars, certainly. Do the same with the left hand. Check everything that I've just said. I don't think I need to repeat it, do I? But if you have a finger on B in the left hand, put that finger on B flat, and then you're ready. That's you in the right place. Next thing to do before you start, try and hear the piece in your mind. Imagine what it's going to sound like. Then the last thing to do is remind yourself you're going to start slowly and then start. When you're playing sight reading exercises, you need to discipline yourself not to stop. If you make a mistake, don't stop. So you're learning a lot from the sight reading exercises that you can then apply later once you've got a few years and a bit more experience under your belt. Then you apply all of those things later to full pieces of music. But in the beginning, obviously, you need to work on the exercises. And there are shed loads of them out there for you to look at. So hopefully that's been helpful. If you have any questions, it's info@themusicroom.org.uk. I'm Carol Brotherston, and I wish you all the best. Have a great day.